Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I hope all is well with you. Happy weekend to you. All right, this morning we are going to go straight to the program because, as you can see on the title, Finland government are ready to jail anyone reporting the dying in Biafra land. And you also have it on the thumbnail that they are supporting genocide going on in Nigeria, technically, allegedly. So this is something I want us to understand. I'm not doing this, I'm not making this up. I'm not here to attack anybody. I don't support any criminality. We don't support any violence whatsoever. No. We actually want justice for all. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you believe on, it's not about religion. But we have seen how people are twisting what is going on in Nigeria about genocide, despite all the series of reports from Amnesty International. They try to play it down, even the clergymen, the bishop, reverends, and whatever. In fact, some politicians are actually playing tribal card on all those things, and some reporters, of course, doing the same thing. We have seen some news platform or news outlet there in Nigerian mainstream, the so-called mainstream media, how they are trying to play down the genocide going on in Nigeria. I saw a video of Asare Dokubo, and maybe if you have time, we may bring it up, but I just want to let you know what he said there. He keep on doing what Asare knows best to do, which is to go against anything that has to do with Christianity and pretend to be a Muslim, but using that to commit atrocities and all that. He's not threatening the life of the Reverend Ezekiel, the pastor that are very, very vocal, talking about the genocide going on in the northeast, north central. That even Gumi denied that the people who Gumi said that what he buried is empty casket, and the man have already responded to them and said, call Nigerian government to come and supervise it, or international community that care to know that they're gonna dig out those grave and bring out the bones, just to prove that people they buried there and they're not empty casket. So Finland, in the other hand, received intels about what is to come in Nigeria, about the fear of Biafrans through Biafran Prime Minister. And this is something that many people should understand. Most of the evidence and this and that people are talking about is actually on the table of Finnish government under the current president Alestop. So, meaning that there's nothing, I believe, anyone can tell them. They have access to all those things. But somehow they choose to dine and wine with people that are perpetrating the crime, going on, to buy people for fun. Now, there's a post that our brother, Honorable Christopher, made. That is actually what triggered this video you are watching now, because we have to be real, you have to focus, have to be factual in what you do. Honorable Christopher, I've told you, is somebody that I respect so much. I don't know him in person. I don't think he knows me either. Maybe he do. I don't know, because so, but what I'm saying is that the little that I can tell you about from him, he's a quiet person, judging by the way he's organizing his involvement and his effort, in what you already know. So he's not somebody that I can just, if I see his post, I always pause to understand what he's trying, the message that you're trying to pass. So I saw this post, I said, okay, let me go through it. And what he said here is spot on. Very simple and snappy. He said, unfortunately, His Excellency Simon Ekpa became a victim himself and has now been sentenced to 6 years simply for speaking out against the genocide carried out by Nigerian regime and for emphasizing the imperative of self-defense. If POTS, that is this President Trump, I believe, this is his handle, or Petty Heget, were reside in Finland and raised the same concern about the killing of Biafrans and other Christians in Nigeria, they too would have been jailed by Finnish authority. This statement is not just a method. Remember, DPM's US Dr. Ngozi Orebeze says something very, very important. That during the course of so-called interrogation and detaining Biafrans, the perceived agitators, according to Finland government, some of the people that detained happen to be Biafrans that have nothing to do with what they think that is going on just because they want to prove to the Nigerian government that they can do and don't do. They are carrying out the assignment given to them, right? And one of our brother nearly passed out. He nearly passed out because he was put. I think the way the environment where they put him something like that, he was trying to. He struggled for his life though, and they seized everything about them and deprive them, they even access to their bank account, everything. The way they treat them is shocking. Although later they release them and I believe they regain their freedom somehow. I don't know the update about their whereabouts and what happened after. But what they passed through during the time so-called interrogation is out of this world. The question is, what is the offense though? You said that PM Samanekba is this and that. The question is, those things that he said or what he tabled before you, are they what people are talking about now or not? That fear of Biafra that made it around to you, seeking for your support, simply because we believe that Finland have passed through what we are passing through, and they are in better position to understand what freedom is all about. Remember, Nigeria as an entity did not fight for that independence. It was handed over to them simply because the British eyes and their foot are still in the system. They are not, there's difference between you fought for your freedom, you have your freedom. That is where patriotism starts. But immediately they hand it over to you, of course, as a black people who always want shortcuts. The next thing is to start perpetrating crime in name of building a nation. That is the genesis of corruption. Mention one country that fought for the independence brutally, maybe in any way, shape, or form, and succeeded. Go and check how the country looks. You can't compare with those countries that are being handed over independent. I'm talking about in African continent. All right, because the way we reason, the way we think, sometimes we abuse if anything that we gain from on a platter of gold. Like if they hand it over to you, you don't know what it takes to fight for it. Look at Rwanda. Rwanda today, they fought civil war, and that war actually have reshaped their brain. The way they're conducting their things, what is going on in Rwanda now, you can't compare it with that of Nigeria. The little fight, I just said little because you can't compare it with the crime going on now in Nigeria. From the South Africa. That is two things made South Africa to become what they are today. One, the presence of the whites in their midst. Two, they actually fought somehow for freedom. So the patriotism and the love for the country and all this hunger to loot public fund and enrich yourself personally, you will see it's not as if it's not there. It will be there, but it cannot be as high as what we experience now in Nigeria. There must be a very wide difference from these two options. Countries that fought for their independence always have a way of knowing what they want and protecting the system. The system means a lot to them. In fact, most of the countries that fought very, very, very well, their religion is always their constitution. Like it doesn't matter if you're Christian, this and that, and that is what happened. Remember, in the old days, Europeans fought for their independence, and even though some of them did not fight long, like it's not as if maybe 4 years, 10 years of this battle, but they fight, and after fighting, they fought for it. After everything, they regain their freedom and maintain their boundary. And being for the fact that their neighbors are progressing, you'll be forced to progress. That is the importance of competition. There's nothing like competitiveness in Africa. Nothing. And because of that fear of competition, they don't want you to break out, to start building yourself, since you already know what to do. They're afraid of you advancing your country better than they can do, and they're afraid of competing with you. So the best not to engage themselves with competition is to make sure that you are not regaining your freedom. When you see or hear some of our brothers who claim they have studied abroad, they spend years in Europe, in America, they traveled outside through help of maybe scholarship and what have you, and they have been involved in, in most of the things that are going on in the Western world. There have been this and that in government of the world, maybe in a country, that advanced country like Canada, American, in those European countries. They know what to do. They prefer not to even talk about how to translate, translate that in our own region. They just want to maintain who they are and their profile. Once they come around, you begin to see them as mini god. That's what they want. And to me, white people don't do that kind of thing. They do everything to bring it down to support the freedom of their people. Now, why did Christopher mention this thing he said here? It is because of the write-up or the post from this, this when known. I think this is one of the congressmen. I don't know his position. I don't need to, but his face is very familiar. I think he's one of the congressmen, I believe. Now he made this tweet, this post we are seeing. I don't know if how big it is on your screen. I don't know if you can read it. Just manage it this way. Let me just try my best and bring it up and read that for you. So Nigerian behind arrest of Simon Ekpa, he says, because of his Biafran advocacy. In US, we have movement of Texas, etc. to leave US. That is freedom of speech. Maybe if Nigerian addressed Northeast extremists, Northwest kidnappers, Middle Belt violence, etc., Biafrans would be content. So this is something that this person said, reminding Nigerian government and the system that, look, somebody that are advocating for freedom it's not a call for war. You can actually focus, you can address it better. But the reason why they tag it as a war, because what you are requesting is haram to them, because it's forbidden. They are afraid of you talking like that. If they allow you, the way you are going on, you will start demanding something that they cannot offer you. And fear of that and jealousness, that of the jealousy they have and fear, the best is to shut you up. Another person who is this man, of course, is a public figure as well, well known. He said, according to Deputy Prosecutor General Jackie Rap, evidence of Ekpa's guilt was largely obtained online. Achieve photo and photo. So this is like, it is that the reason why they jailed him is literally for no reason. But that's what they call what they prefer to call a Nigerian political prisoner, or they will tell you, oh, we need to look for political solution. And when you hear political solution, what does that mean? It means we are going to pretend that nothing has happened. All you need to do for us is to pretend as well that you are no longer interested willingly. No, nobody force you. Just do that and we drop everything and we reintegrate you to the society by somehow giving you an appointment after some years, or giving you chance to strive in Nigeria and join us to make and suck people dry. As if that's a permanent solution. Tomorrow another person will rise up. Most of the current politicians you are seeing today, like Adam Soshomore, like even Tinubu, even Dino Melaye, most of them started by advocating, for better governance, and they're being called for settlement, not separation though. Adam Soshomore, as a Labour Union president, something like that, during the Obasanjo regime, was very, very vocal, calling for a strike, doing this as if you give him a chance to lead, he will turn desert to paradise. What happened? He became a governor of Benin, of Edo. From then on, he's now God fatalism. Those things that he used to criticize, he's now heading it. That is what Nigeria can do. It doesn't. So some of you thinking that when somebody who have not gained anything, who is not gaining anything, when the person talk, when he spoke, you think that, oh, give him presidency. Like I see some people calling for very dark man to contest. I laughed. Even sure, as much as I like his advocacy and what he's doing now, to be honest with you, he's not gonna face Nigeria. But when you listen to his interview now, you say, wow, this is a brain, that need to turn this around, make things, integrate everybody and end this injustice. Give him the chance. He will show you, get all of that. Now watch how he's such. All those things is playing before us. And some people are pretending that they are not seeing it. Finland supporting what is going on. And why? Because they chose not to focus on the evidence, rule of law. They chose to do trade by barter. Give me this, I give you this. You want this, take it and give me this. That is the reason why people are calling them out. Because just like what Christopher said here, Honorable Christopher is spot on, like I said. If these two people, this comment here, if they are to be black people and they live in Finland, of course they will call them for questioning. How dare you to say this? The question is why. Most of the European countries are not helping matters. Those of them that have access to colonize other countries and get away with it, like British, what they're doing now. You saw what Boris Johnson, or whatever he called himself, the former Prime Minister of Britain, who was in Nigeria a few days ago. What did he say? That Nigeria, he felt so safe in Nigeria in the midst of insecurity that even American Congress are deliberating on it, investigating it thoroughly. Is it this man who couldn't even investigate how C-19 penetrated the UK? Because he was the Prime Minister then, when C-19 was, dealing with people of this world. The man was busy partying around, pretending that he's observing social distance. Until the C-19, catch up with him, and the rest it was history. So I don't want to go there. Almost of these things, I don't want to go there because of the platform, because they don't want to talk about C-19 and all that. They always frown their face. The only thing I want us to understand is that these are typical British people. That's what they do. Not all of them. I'm talking about their politicians, please. They always want to have a way to pretend and lie to people, which I don't know why. We are all human beings, for crying out loud. That thing that you are happy with, we also can also enjoy that. And they already know that Nigerians, youth, and both old and young, their brain is not. Forget about the hype. Nigerians are smart. We Igbos are smart. When this thing that makes you smart comes, what do you do? How do you handle it? The few people that maintain that smartness, the one who lack everything, that are not smart, will devote their time to challenge it, to tear them apart. Do you understand it? And that is a no-no. Is a pure no-no. If you know that you cannot do something, why don't you step aside? The man actually says something publicly before even the current governors and everything, that you guys send us gas like oil. You send oil and Nollywood to us, and send the best of the best, like best doctor, best nurse, to us. That's your global contribution. They call it brain drain. I think they call it brain drain. That means people that target the smart ones in your midst and send them to extract them to their country for better usage, and leave the dummy back home, because that is where the dumb refuse. No wonder they were advocating for is it Palestinians? What the name of this? What is that country? I think Palestinians. They want to send them to Africa, and just to a kind of IDP camp, building it in Africa. No, even Ukrainians. Is it Ukrainians? I think Ukrainians, because of the war and all that. So all this thing is a way to expand their wing. But we need to understand the agenda is to make sure that everything that has to do with you go down. Okay? Now, there's something I want us to understand, because to some of you who don't want me to talk about Oge Kerasonak Barawa and all that, please, I don't like such kind of comment. Don't dictate like that. I don't want to insult anybody. That's why some of the comment I just ignored it. But please, can we advise ourselves in some things? This platform is not meant for one particular. It's not only about what you want. We have thousands of people here that actually want some of these things that you don't want. The reason why we'll stop talking about why it's social, not that we'll stop it totally, is because there's a reason behind it. Because I realized that talking about her is actually giving her more fuel. But that's a story for another day. We will be talking about the to clear on that, otherwise people will fall on their trap, because they keep on setting new trap, non-stop. That's why they always go out to attack DPM, without any proven evidence. For example, watch this. All right, watch this. I want you to pay close attention to the write-up before you now. All right, this is from information/media communication of Ndokwozo Emozo. See what they said here, and the person behind it is Onakparawa. All right, the man is busy, very, very busy. Mama not all in the body, but watch. Here is Ngozi's confessing that she will create a sabotaging group 5 times to stop Biafra. For those posting these people in this photo, you are going to see the photo now, just a moment. In this photo, in a video, confessions claiming to be Biafran Liberation Army, deceit forthwith, because these are a Babago group created by Ngozi. How will I? Okay, let me go to the basics. Okay, let me take it again. Here is Ngozi confessing that she will create a sabotaging group 5 times to stop Biafra. For those posting these people in this photo, in a video, confessions claiming to be Biafran Liberation Army. This is forthwith, because these are Ebubagu groups created by Ngozi on 29th November 2025. Now you have come because you think that 2nd of December has come and gone. We still keep all the information intact. I have it, and I have not deleted any of them. So don't worry, don't rush. The question is, he started putting this typical Sonai Parawa. First of all, let's watch the video that he attached here. Okay? Now, let's watch. Where's the volume? Let's just pay attention, because I want the video to start up.
Bring the cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us up. I promise you today, the money you are giving to he said, West, because they can't go back. Once they take 1 step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them. Ex-breaking cabinet members.
Now, you see, when I complain about Sonak Barawa, some of you think I have a personal hatred on him or something. Did you understand? I don't know if you understand what you're trying to pass here. That what Elias is doing, that's what CS was saying here, that what Elias is doing is a way to sabotage what Biafrans are doing. Biafrans declared that if you move 1 step in the name of destroying it, Biafrans will move 5 steps ahead of that. But read what he said here. Anytime Briggs, lobbyists, or Biafran army take 1 step, she don't mention no Biafran army. Like, we get it, because I pity somebody who don't know who cannot reason for himself. That come close to this Akbarawa. If you come close to him, he will rubbish you. He said, anytime bringing lobbyists or Biafran Liberation Army takes 1 step to restore Biafra or recognition, I will take 5 steps to stop Biafra. Nobody said this thing. No wonder this guy don't grow hair, because the level of lies in his skull, in his brain, if I thought he have any brain, because I think all the just you could just cockroach chain and skull, push it and one coin. Because if not, how can somebody reason this way? Just hear what he has said here. What is the connection with what this guy said? He just cooked up story from this Opio Ramango head. He just cooked up story because he said it's one to. Did she actually mention? She did not even mention anything like Biafra Liberation Army. She's not saying that you guys are working to restore Biafra recommendation. What kind of recognition were? Is it recognition to who? The only thing that has to do with Congressman that is aware of is Elias and Dabere. I don't know if Dabere is still here, because I don't think And now you are talking, they keep on telling you Biafra Liberation Army. But on 2nd of December, they couldn't even display the Biafra Liberation Army they're working with. What did they do? Pictures of Biafra Liberation Army under PM is what I see showing you. And PM is no longer in the document they are parading. Okay, is now the one taking charge of the document. So which Biafra Liberation Army are you talking about? How can you push PM away and say PM is sabotaging Biafra? Just listen to people who are trying to convince you. He's sabotaging Biafra, but his army is still in your lips because they're not working with you. The only thing that you have about Biafra Liberation Army now is whenever you pronounce them and those DOS latecomers that crossed the border to follow Ogekere will be, hey, man, because I don't blame them. In DOS, they don't even have Ogekere is doing something than them. Do you understand? Ogekere doing something. I'm not talking about something positive, something negative. Ogekere is doing something negative than them. They have done their own negative and they couldn't even figure out any new way to do negative again. They have exhausted all their plan. Okay, can still have more plan because still he utilized his presence with the PM, start maneuvering things to create new plan, and he's now integrating some of these DOSs that are stranded, to his group. And they have not seen this version of sabotage. They're embracing it with everything, with their full chest. That's why how many US don't know anything about having handshake with the congressman. They don't know. So seeing having handshake is a new thing. To them is a new and it kind of is an adventurous journey to them. They love it the more they see it is a plus. Okay, if Sonagrawa said that the Biafran Liberation Army under United States of Biafra here, that the Ebubago people, it goes to show that you have been working with the Bible so well to know them when you see them. How can you just say that the Ebubago when you don't know them? I'm just saying this from people watching afar. I don't think Sonagrawa is that an insider to know, who is who. I doubt. Some of them say that the people, commanders and all that in USB government are working this, are working that. If you say so, prove it. Some of them say that some of the names, when USB government, when US listed the commanders and chain of command and everything, the criticism surfaced. Why I don't want to venture into that because I don't know much about it. But the truth is that calling everybody now the Ebubago group and all that is laughable. And the Ebubago are known for sabotage. So I don't think CS will just invest his money on people that that is well known to sabotage. That at the end of the day they will drag everything backward. This is a security issue, so I don't have right to venture into that because I don't know much about it. But what I'm saying is what is social media based on the antecedent of Sana Barawa, he's known for this kind of cut and join news. And honestly, the day that PM called him Minister of Information, that they need to erase that. They let them just cut that day off because this guy shouldn't get close to anything information, anything news. How can just Lai Mohammed is just innocent to this guy, pure innocent. This one is, imagine the movement, that the videos, everything, people can see it. You can actually listen to COS. You can actually do your own little research and figure out what is going on without hesitating. But look at how he's painting everything black and blue. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And the last continued. It did not stop there. Okay? If you come here, he said, look at this one also. Let me remove this nonsense. He said, Ngozi, you buy and Ngozi buy and bury, kill and bury, Ebubago general, same as one buying Biafrans in tiger bears. Abi, and the question is, why are you posting all those things now? The reason why he's trying to post it now is just to prove something, and that thing is to distract their followers, because once they run short of members, next thing is to figure out another means of presenting lies for their followers. And these are followers, across the border from the US, people who don't have any value. You don't ask questions. Okay, if Ngozi recruited people that you don't like, Ibubago and the rest of them, which I can tell you that I don't know anything about it. But if you think that is true, show us the one that you recruited with following that for normal format that you are trying to preach. Why are you still using the numbers or the pictures and videos of Biafra Liberation Army that worked under PM? That's my question. Why? Why don't you just show us your own? What is going on? And here you see that the call it James and Adim said Biafran Republic Government in exile Brigade has given Nigerian Senate President sleepless night. Really? Okay, let's see how they give. Look at the information. The same Sonabara. Brigade has given Brigade has given Nigerian Senate President sleepless night. Why? Because of when Akpara was said that Donald Trump is on our neck. Akpabio reject bow and go treatment for SCDS Musa. That he need to tell them what he's going to do. Akpabio insisted. Akpabio insisted. And this Sonabara is, and this is this is his student learning how to lie, even though he's an old man with gray hair, but he still want to go back to Sonabara school to how to lie publicly without any shame. The people that made Donald Trump and congressmen talk, make them to talk, Sonabara and Ogekere, they don't even have 0.01% input in the designation of Nigeria as a country of a special concern or talking about Christian genocide. It is not from Ogekere. Hear this and you can hear it well, because there's nothing like Ogekere, congressmen, all this garbage is just a cooked up story. See how they are lying, cooking up stories that Biafra Liberation Army are all about Bago people. That Biafrans, that Ngozi said that she's going to take 5 steps ahead to stop Elias, his lobby and everything to congressmen and all that, which is a lie. For how many years now are they going to congressmen to achieve what I don't know? But look at how people that have started reporting about genocide, what they have achieved under their watch. They have been going to congressmen all this while when when Nigerian government was removed from country of special concern under Biden, and when Trump, his second, this is his second term now. Ogekere and his group have been going to congressmen. They did not manage to secure that designation. Not even to talk about Christian genocide. Not even to talk about any condemnation, or even talk about Biafran leaders that have been jailed or been detained illegally. They couldn't mention what they have achieved apart from photo. One thing, a man that called for Congress briefing and Congress hearing that no congressman was there present 2 days ago. The people that made U.S. now to designate Nigeria as a country of special concern, or talking about the genocide going on in Nigeria, people behind it conducted this Congress briefing or Congress hearing, I don't know what to call it that, and you see how the whole thing happened, and the video was there. Congress people was there listening. What again do you want to see to know that Ogekere and Sonabara, they are just out to do what they can do to stop you? Anyway, the video is getting too long. Please make sure you like the video and let me know what you think about all of this call this morning. And don't forget to like it and share it widely. Please do your best to support. God bless you and take care of yourself. Bye-bye for now and good morning.